because we've got now again the startup show and tell. So we're going to invite 7 companies, 7 startups here to join me in the stage so that they can tell us what do they do and they can explain it in a very fast kind of pitch. So we're ready. Can we go with it? Okay, so let's start. The first company that's going to join us today in the stage in this second block is Aritium from Angel Colau. He's the co-founder and CEO, and he's a specialist in digital transformation and innovation with a special focus and interest in the application of new technologies to the healthcare sector. So Angel, welcome into the stage if you're around. He's not around? What? Ah, Silvia, they changed it? So you turn into Angel? Silvia, come on, join me. But they changed it. So they're kind of playing with me, you know? They want to, can I introduce you? No, I need to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's repeat it. But you can stay here. Silvia, they just change it, you know? They just play with me. They mess with me. They say, all right, let's see if this guy is just going to be able to. So Silvia Raga, forget about the previous part. She's from Dicare, and she's the CEO. She's the CEO and co-founder of Dicare and experienced in the field of digital health with more than 15 years of experience in the med tech sector. A big applause for Silvia, please.
Thank you. Go. Where is it? Works? Okay. Good afternoon. I'm really pleased to present a real game changer in the healthcare landscape, that is Rehab, a new digital rehabilitation solution. We face a very huge market because musculoskeletal disorder affect 1.7 billion people in the world. By 2050, 8 out of 10 people will suffer from some chronic disease with an exponential need for physical therapy. The actual healthcare system, highly dependent on specialized human resources, is costly and not scalable. This is why we have created the next generation of rehabilitation, changing how therapy is designed, experienced, and deployed. Rehab is a B2B digital rehabilitation solution that delivers effective home-based rehabilitation. Through the cloud platform, the professional can design and prescribe a tailored exercise program for the patient, control the exercise execution, check the patient process, and change the routine remotely. Rehab increases patient adherence and get better therapeutic results through personalized treatment and the biofeedback in real time. Rehab uses several technologies, for example, artificial intelligence algorithm to monitor patient progress, and also use the most advanced technologies to monitor the movement of the patient. So by using computer vision, Rehab captures up to 74 body points and measure the range, speed, repetition of the movement, giving a real-time feedback to the patient. Rehab also increase patient adherence and get a better therapeutic result to reduce the recovery time of the patient. The digitalization of the entire rehabilitation process works, and we have demonstrated it with clinical data. In a multi-center clinical study, we have demonstrated that we are able to increase the adherence of the patient up to 85% and improve the clinical outcomes compared to traditional rehabilitation up to 30%, with a satisfaction score of 90%. Implementing the Rehab means for healthcare provider digitize the entire recovery process of the patient, multiply for 3-day productivity. This means that they can treat more patients. One of our best customers, for example, the Vall d'Hebron Hospital, have reduced the waiting list in just 6 months more than 15%. They also can offer a new model of care, improving patient experience while reducing treatment costs by up to 60%. On the other hand, the patient, of course, can perform the exercise safely and easily wherever wanted. The virtual coach Diana helped and guided the patient through the entire recovery process of the patient. And also, of course, we really improved the empowerment of the patient, get a better therapeutic result to speed up the recovery time. With more than 1 million therapeutic exercise delivered and 7,000 patients treated, Rehab has a proven record on scalability, provided service to insurance company, hospital, rehabilitation center, Prestigious insurance companies such as DKV, Fiat, or renowned hospitals such as San Pao Hospital, Hospital Clinic, and the Rehabilitation Center in Europe and South America already trust Rehab. Rehab has become the most used platform in Spain. Every day we help more and more patients in their recovery process. Enrique is one of these patients. He really is satisfied and happy to have benefits from Rehab and shorten his rehabilitation to only 1 month. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's great. Hope I'll do it properly now. Thank you. Thank you very much, Silvia. So the second one, let's see if I do it on my first round. It's SciLife, and it's from Philip Heidbrink. He's the CEO of SciLife, an international self-made entrepreneur. His ultimate dream, putting a dent in the universe by using tech to solve problems. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So I would like to start with a statement, which is that quality is top of mind for life sciences organizations. It makes sense, right? Everybody wants to put high quality products and services on the market, and a quality system is imposed by regulatory authorities. However, if you really come to think about it, what we've learned at SciLife is that really compliance is top of mind, not really quality. Because quality departments are struggling to implement this quality mindset throughout their organization. They're policing, they're going behind their employee bases to make sure that people take ownership of quality, that they really make sure that quality works for their organization. So it's really a necessary evil that must be done to comply, and just the cost of doing business, right? So that means that quality is really working invisible behind the scenes until disaster strikes. When disaster strikes, then quality is put on the forefront because it can cause millions of damage or even cost lives. So at SciLife, we were thinking, how can we turn a quality system or a quality management system into a key competitive advantage, a driver of value creation, as opposed to just a cost of doing business. So we decided to turn our quality system into a smart quality platform, as we call it. Smart quality is a term that was coined by McKinsey a few years back. They wrote about this subject, giving some very clear pillars to implement smart quality in life sciences companies with some very clear advantages to it. So we had identified these pillars and we implemented it in our smart quality system in the following way. So the first one is education, the second one is motivation, and the third one are insights, to have better understanding of what's really happening in your quality system. So it's really important to understand that the whole quality management system is still there. We have all the quality management tools that you expect to see in a quality management system. So you can manage your documents, your records, you can have training records for auditing purposes, you can have your audit management, deviations, non-conformities, supplier qualifications, etc., etc. Everything is there, but what we did is to put a few layers on top of it to make your quality system smart. So that means that one of the things is through our SciLife Academy, we added the augmented learning part. So continuous learning drives continuous improvement. With the augmented learning, what we mean is that instead of having quality being reactive and identify that retraining might be required because there is gaps of understanding of how the quality system or quality actions work, the application is going to identify these gaps of understanding because of the usage of the system by the user, and is going to propose training courses to fill that gap. So then it's a proactive action, and it takes a little bit the burden off the quality department in that sense. So that's the first layer. The second layer is sustained motivation. If people understand quality better, so with the education part, you already improve motivation, but that's not enough. Gamification has been something that was a no-no in life sciences. If you would have asked us 5 years ago, you cannot gamify quality, they would tell us. Quality is serious stuff. It's regulation, it's documentation, it's law, right? So now I think that the scene has changed. There are a lot of gamification success stories in other verticals. So we also think that that we're ready in life sciences to apply this. The idea is to use gamification mechanics throughout the platform to make quality more fun and to have people more engaged in quality. And the last layer is more insightful data. All quality management solutions out there have some kind of KPI dashboard where you see historic data of how you're doing with late CAPAs, training, document control, whatever the case is. But it really doesn't give you a window into how your quality system is really doing. So what we're trying to do, as just one example of a feature that we want to highlight today, is that we're leveraging on benchmarks. If, for example, your CAPAs are on average 10% late, is that good? Is that bad? Is that better than the rest? Is it something that they need to put some more effort in or not? So you can ask your colleague at another life sciences company, and then you have one data point. How many late CAPAs did you have last year, right? So what we're trying to do is to leverage all the data from all the customers to create some benchmarks, so that when you look at your KPIs in SciLife, you're going to see the average is 8% or 5% of late CAPAs. So you, with your 10 or 11%, are above average in terms of late. So you probably want to put more effort in this particular KPI to improve it, right? So what we're really trying to do is to turn our quality management system into a smart quality platform. So turning the quality mindset of compliance only into a key competitive advantage that really drives value and creates a much better company, a much better, therefore much better products and much better services. So just a few data points. Why would you implement these? It reduces up to 50% of total cost of quality, 40% increase in quality assurance process productivity, and lastly, it reduces up to 30% of go-to-market if you implement smart quality in the right way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I feel like I already said this, but now it's time for Aritium from Ángel Colau, and he's a co-founder and CEO. He's a specialist in digital transformation and innovation with a special focus and interest in the application of new technologies to the healthcare sector. Ángel, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Okay, so in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to try to explain why Aritium exists, what we do, and who we are. No? Okay, I would like to start with this shocking fact that at the end is that in a typical hospital, and this is based on a study in a hospital in Switzerland, that nurses spend less than 30%, well, 1/3 of their time with patients. So in tasks that imply direct contact with patients. There are a lot of administrative, documentation-related tasks that prevent them to spend time doing what they do best, that at the end is taking care of the patients. No? In Aritium, we think that it is possible, it should be possible to change that. And for that reason, we develop and deploy solutions to optimize different tasks and processes in the hospital environment. And we are doing that by leveraging two key technological enablers, no? The Internet of Things, IoT, and artificial intelligence, AI. At the end, what we bring to the market is what we call global AIoT solutions, so combining the both words. We always start capturing data that here we leverage because we don't manufacture hardware, so we work with different vendors that provide us the devices that we can integrate into our solutions. Here we are leveraging the LoRaWAN ecosystem that I'm going to say a few words more about it afterwards. Once we capture this data, we can activate it, so we can provide real-time notifications, alerts, we can provide real-time panels, dashboards, and integrate the data with other third-party applications, like, for example, electronic health records or building management systems. And of course, we can also analyze and try to provide intelligence to that data by leveraging predictive and optimization algorithms. At the end, we do all that in our platform, the Aritium platform. That is the core of our business. We are currently working on different use cases around the idea of the smart hospital or the hospital of the future. So from more operational-oriented use cases like indoor quality monitoring, temperature monitoring, task optimization by leveraging small wireless keypads, to more clinical-oriented use cases like, for example, monitoring the vital signs of the patients in the hospitalization area by leveraging wearable devices. So, but always trying to focus on this idea of the smart hospital, of optimizing different processes and tasks. And well, talking about technology and or differentiation, so let's say that historically, most of the IoT initiatives, not only in healthcare but also in other industries, have been trying to leverage already available technologies like Bluetooth Low Energy, Wi-Fi, LTE, that at the end were technologies thought for other use cases, not for the massive adoption of IoT. So at the end, they have different weaknesses. In the last years, we have seen the development of new set of technologies, that is LPWAN technologies, low power wide area network, like could be narrowband IoT, LTE-M, Sigfox, LoRaWAN, and especially this last one is where we are trying to focus, try to be a global reference in the application, in the use of this technology in the hospital environment, because it provides us this flexibility in the architecture. And why we think that this is very relevant for us, because at the end, for example, it allows us to deploy IoT solutions, deploying private IoT networks that can be, that really we can integrate all the data in the hospital setting and even integrate it in real time with the hospital information system, with the operational systems. No? It's here leveraging this element, the Aritium Hospital Hub, that is a piece of software that we have developed to deploy on-premise, and it can manage all the IoT messaging and transform it in real time to be integrated in the operational systems of the hospital. So it's a key element that at the end allow us to deploy IoT solutions at scale. Well, we started operations in late 2021, so we are currently 5 people in the team. So we have Sandra Gonzalez, well, full-time employees. So Sandra Gonzalez, Andres Esteban as co-founders, myself, and we have also Miguel and Nicolas as IoT consultants. Well, we are currently working with different hospitals all over Spain, and we also started to work just some months ago with one partner in Italy. So we are trying also to enter in that market through this partner, where we are already working on a pilot project. Well, like we always said, when IoT meets AI, great things can happen, and we want to leverage this combination to transform how hospitals and healthcare organizations operate all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Great, let's keep on going. Effion Health, and this is led and explained by Kike Audet. He's the CEO and also he's an organic chemist with extensive international experience as an entrepreneur, because he has founded 3 startups in the biotech sector and also a healthy beverage brand. So whenever you want, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello. Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an inventor. From a very young age, I fell in love with that aha moment we experience when we finally understand something and everything falls into place. I saw my childhood dream come true during my PhD when I filed my first patent for a sensor capable of detecting molecules from the brain in real time. Since then, I have devoted my professional life to create new tools to better understand and heal our bodies. I have co-founded 4 healthcare startups and filed 2 more patents. But at the same time, during the last 15 years, I have witnessed how software was having a great impact in all industries, and how somehow healthcare remained a sort of last frontier. Well, for me, that changed 2 years ago, when I was fortunate enough to meet my current colleagues and co-founders, Mireia and Sebastian. They told me about a new tool they were working on that used wearables and machine learning to monitor kids with rare diseases. And there, I had another aha moment. How could we use artificial intelligence to better understand our bodies remotely? How could we help that kid that can barely walk get properly assessed by a doctor without having to go to the hospital? Or how could we help that stroke patients that lives in a remote area to get the right treatment at the right time? We sat down and spent hours sharing our visions. At the end of that conversation, Effion Health was born. And Effion Health is a software company that leverages the current advances in artificial intelligence to bring a new way to measure the health of patients and make telemedicine a reality. This is how our system works. We use several wearables and we integrate them in our mobile app. This allows us to capture massive amounts of health data with the touch of a single button. We then securely and anonymously upload this data to our servers, where we analyze it with our proprietary machine learning algorithms, and we compute a single clinically validated score of the patient status. Our product brings doctors a new tool to quantify the evolution of their patients. This allows them to do three main things. First, understand the progression of the illness. Second, quantify the effect of the therapy. And third, predict clinical outcomes. And all of this can be done from the comfort of the patient's own home. We're starting to revolutionize patient monitoring with those who need it the most. Our first product has already been clinically validated in 2 hospitals for the monitoring of a devastating disease like Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We have filed a patent for the whole system, and we are currently in the process of certifying it as a medical device. But of course, we want to improve the lives of many more patients. And that is why we have partnered with top clinical institutions to create new products for conditions like stroke, frailty, or multiple sclerosis. Our clients are mainly 2. First, hospitals, where our products are used to monitor patients, improving the timeliness and effectiveness of the care, but most importantly, the quality of life of patients. Our second type of clients are pharmaceutical companies that use our artificial intelligence score as new digital endpoints that bring precision and sensitivity to decentralized clinical trials. We are a young company and we have a long path ahead, but we are already moving fast. In just 1 year, we have attracted top partners, we have obtained €500,000 of non-diluted funding, and we have raised €200,000 from venture capital funds and business angels. We're still looking for €100,000 of investment. So if you just had an aha moment, please get in touch with me. Thanks.
Thank you, Kike. Okay, we keep on going. Now time to talk about Dana, led by Veronica Montesino. She's co-founder and CEO, apart from being a social entrepreneur and senior manager with a track record in, what she says, making things happen. She has a multi-sector experience in the service industry, gaming, fashion, food and beverages industry, mobile technology, and the new digital economy. Nearly everything, I would say.
Everything else. Thank
All
you
yours.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. There is a unique moment in life when we can create the best conditions for future health. And this moment is the initial and the beginning of life. Unfortunately, a woman has 90% probability to experience some kind of mood disorders during early motherhood, and up to 25% probability to suffer a severe mental health pathology. Despite these figures, 75% of the cases go undiagnosed and the healthcare system cannot support when needed. Mood disorders and mental health pathologies have a direct impact on mother health and her capacity to take care of the child, with potential long-term negative effects and also a higher risk of comorbidity for both the mother and the baby. That's why we have developed Dana, a digital health and well-being solution for women transitioning into motherhood based on artificial intelligence and focus on the women's mental health during preconception, pregnancy, and up to 3 years after birth. And that is being also developed to be an implementable solution in the health system. The preventive digital assistant is empowering women and supporting the mental health through psychoeducational programs, motivational gamification, and the exchange within the in-app community of mothers and experts. And the digital therapeutic solution will be extended with early detection, diagnosis support, and monitorization of digital interventions functionalities. We measure the impact of our solution on women's mental health through our maternal vitality index embedded in the heart of our solution, which is being developed together with research centers of reference. The aim is to give answer and support to the different needs of a woman transitioning into and through motherhood and help to improve the well-being as a difference from what it will be without any support. We have started, Dana, with a B2C to B model, offering first our solution to the end consumer to generate data before moving to other agents in the system, like insurance companies, employers, and other organizations. And in parallel, as a part of our vision, we are starting with our first clinical trial to achieve the medical device certification and to launch Dana as a digital therapeutic solution. In the last 6 months, we have gained more than 10,000 new users, with an increasing average interaction time of 20 minutes, also a 4.3 out of 5 user experience rate. And we have also closed the partnerships with hospitals of reference in maternity. We are partnering for our first clinical study with Vall d'Hebron Hospital and with the Rovira i Virgili University. And we have also started our first pilots with corporates to validate the B2C to B model. In the market, there are a lot of mental health medtech companies, but none focusing on motherhood. And there are also a lot of well-being apps, but with no clinical evidence. Dana is a complete evidence tool. Dana is a complete evidence-based tool for caring, preventing, and detecting maternal mental health disorders. We start in Spain, impacting 2 million women to demonstrate the scalable business opportunity. And next step will be to go to Germany, US, and LATAM. Sven, co-founder, and myself have a large experience in managing companies and launching ventures in different countries, but our own motivation lies in our own personal suffering. Sven, as a father of 3, was not able to fully support his wife during motherhood, and in my case, I tried several years to become a mother without success. I want to, from this stage, give a special thank you to the whole Danish ecosystem that is making possible this impact-driven solution. Here, part of our team from product technology, artificial intelligence, and science. And we are also blessed to be backed by an expert team with years of experience in mental health, digital health, startups, and so on, all them sharing our purpose. We have closed 3 financial rounds with a total of 700,000 euros. We won different state grants. Last year, the Startup Capital from Axio, and recently we have received the EU Next Generations Fund from the Ministry of Science and Innovation here in Spain. And we are now improving our product and our metrics to open the next seed round of 1 million euros at the beginning of next year. This is our vision, and this is our purpose. I mean, augmented mental health technologies as a standard of care for mental health disorders in motherhood, meaning personalized care, meaning prediction and detection based on objective data, Yes, I am finishing. Thank you. And also, and also real-time assistance. Yeah. If you are a mother, if you are a father, if you are an impact investor, if you are a stakeholder, a health professional, and you want to be part of the change of the motherhood paradigm, let's connect. We will be happy to have you on board. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Veronica. Thank you. Okay, keep on going. Two more and a coffee. Myocardial Solutions with Rafael Rivera. He's the CMO. Rafael has 20 years of global experience leading, impacting, and transforming high-performance medical and commercial operations team executing disruptive technologies across healthcare systems, institutions, and stakeholders. They already asked for a couple of millions, so I don't know. You can keep on going, but I don't know if there's so much money around. Go ahead.
I need 20. First of all, congratulations to all the presentations, and I want to admit that I will go through my slides extremely quickly because I made a big mistake. My presentation is way too large for what I'm doing here for the 5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you quickly what we do and what is my aha moment. So many years ago, we realized in medicine that in cardiology, having spent much of my time in cardiology as a cardiologist, we don't have an X-ray to the heart. Orthopedics and others have X-rays. If you hurt your knee or you break a bone, you go to an X-ray department, and you can look at your bone and you see if it's a fracture, it's a fissure, it's a partially fractured, or if you are completely healthy. We don't have that in cardiology. We didn't have that in cardiology. What we had is a cardiologist doctor that sees you when you're sick, and then decides whether you need treatment, medications, or an intervention. And so we took a technology that was founded in 1999 in Johns Hopkins, and became, for the next 12, 15 years, the gold standard research and development, took it out of Johns Hopkins, brought it to North Carolina, stopped the whole system, developed the software, and turned it into a clinical, useful X-ray tool to look at your heart. And now we can see patients, whether you are asymptomatic subclinical cardiology patients, with chronic diseases or just with cardiac or risk of heart failure, and we can able to detect you early, predict you early, re-stratify you early if you're an oncology patient. We can predict whether you and your oncology treatment is going to affect your heart, whether you're going to have clinical or subclinical cardiotoxicity from your heart, and as such, our technology has been validated and published, and recently, on August 26th, here in Barcelona at the European Society of Cardiology meeting, the first cardio-oncology guidelines ever were published, and we are listed as the technology for MR. And then we have a stress testing that is the first stress testing that we can do to the heart to look at ischemic changes without any pharmacological agents injected in your veins. So, MyoString is our technology. It's a proprietary enhanced diagnostic algorithm. It utilizes an MRI dedicated to cardiology, away from radiology. So that's another big of the problems. Cardiology never were able to do cardiology procedures or cardiac imaging because the cardiology or the scanners are owned by radiologists, and cardiology procedures or cardiac imaging procedures take 45 minutes to an hour and a half with contrast. And so what we did was we completely move it into, to try to address these stage A patients, we move it to what it is today, a 10-minute test, 12 heartbeat scan, that in 10 minutes door to door you have a full report of contractility, of true cardiac dysfunction and contraction of your heart. Is your heart sick or not? Is your heart sick today or not? Independence of factors, risk factors, therapeutic agents that you're taking, oncology diagnosis, cardiology treatments, interventions that you had or may not or may need in the present or in the future. And we do this in 12 heartbeats, no contrast, door-to-door, 10-minute scan, and give you a full report. I'm sorry that the images here, I don't think I'm going to be able to play, otherwise you will see the heart and the ventricles and the atrium contracting, so there is not going to happen. But this is what we are. This is our solution. It's a proprietary technology. We developed the sequence that we have given to our MRI partners. In this case, we are already FDA and CE mark approved with Philips and United Imaging. Siemens will also come next year now in Q1, and then GE. So we develop the sequence, we give it to the MRI partners, the patient gets into the scanner, 12 heartbeats later, no contrast, the patient gets out, Information comes to our software, our proprietary software in our workstation, and there we develop basically the report. It takes 3 minutes of post-processing in which we give you not just all of the traditional metrics of cardiology today expend an hour and a half to develop, we do it in 12 heartbeats, and we give you a full comprehensive report of cardiac health. And we also give you a score, and that is a new score, diagnostic score, that is now being validated and has been published to be the most accurate, reproducible score of cardiac health today, and it's ahead of anything else that falls once you become a real cardiology patient. So that is as early as it gets, and it's the most earlier diagnostic parameter in cardiac health that exists in the market today. And it was revolutionizing cardiology, and we revolutionized cardio-oncology as a first specialty that was formed 5 years ago using this technology to address the need of oncology patients at risk of cardiotoxicity. I'm just going to show you quickly the report. This is the latest guidelines, our technology, and this is our report, so you can see they're blown up. This is what you get, door-to-door, 15 minutes, the patient gets out with that report. And here you have, on the bottom right and the bottom left, you see all of the traditional measurements that you today need a lot of time to address and getting from an MR machine. We give it to you in 12 heartbeats. We give you all of the values, the global values from the heart. We also give you full qualification and quantification of the true deformation of strain, of myocardial deformation of the myocardium in the 37 segments of the left ventricle and the right ventricle. And then we give you, of course, the score based on how healthy your heart is, based on the dysfunctional segments that are unhealthy in that heart. I think I don't want to run over my time. I did it. Thank you. This is an oncology patient. So basically, we predicted from baseline, develop cardiotoxicity, you monitor, you treat it, the patient gets better, and we protect the hearts from oncology patients.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rafael. Thank you. No problem, because you see, we'll have 30 minutes of coffee, so you can take your laptop or something and you can finish it downstairs. It's going to be easy. So let's finish with Marabut Technologies and Diego Fernandez. He's the CEO and co-founder and the last one to explain you about his project before we have a lovely coffee and an amazing panel. Diego is a specialist in data and audiovisual technologies and innovation. He has successfully delivered hundreds of projects leveraging the latest extended reality and artificial intelligence technologies to deepen connections between businesses and end users. Your time. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. So I am going to make this presentation in Spanish. Sorry about the slides because we have a technical problem. But I think in Spanish is going to be right for all of us, I hope, ¿ok? Entonces, aquí como los papelitos los tiro fuera y bueno. Buenas tardes a todos, mi nombre es Diego Fernández, tengo el gusto de liderar una compañía de nombre Marabut Technologies. Somos una empresa basada aquí en Barcelona, pero con operaciones también en Colombia y en Argentina. Tenemos una filial también en Colombia. Bueno, les quería comentar sobre algo que sucedió hace 3 años. Una persona muy allegada a mí de 82 años estaba caminando por la calle y no sé si habéis visto aquí en Barcelona que hay unos separadores, lo que es el carril bici y lo que es el carril de coches. Pues esta persona estaba atravesando, salió de su casa y se tropezó con uno de estos puntos. Cayó al suelo y tuvimos 2 días en el que no pudimos encontrar a esta persona. La pregunta es ¿por qué? Con la tecnología que tenemos hoy en día, ¿por qué puede llegar a pasar esto? Pues la respuesta es muy simple. Hacemos cosas y usamos la tecnología pensando en un usuario muy estándar. No estamos pensando a veces en que cada usuario requiere una tecnología diferente. Pues esta persona de 82 años tenía el botón de pánico que provee el ayuntamiento, pero este botón de pánico únicamente funciona dentro de casa. Cuando las personas salen de calle o salen a la calle, ya deja de funcionar. Esta persona salió sin identificación y pues duramos 2 días sin encontrarla. Entonces, buscaba las respuestas con las personas allegadas y siempre me decían, pero ¿por qué no tenía un smartwatch? ¿No? Y yo decía, pues es que es de 82 personas, no he visto una persona pagando con un smartwatch. Hasta el momento. Otras pensaron en una solución y dijimos, bueno, ¿por qué no hacer un Smart Band y que esta persona salga a caminar con el Smart Band y lo cargue, ¿no? Y no, ¿cómo hace esta persona para poner el Smart Band y conectarlo a su teléfono? En fin, Creamos así Marwood Technologies, somos una compañía de 13 años de experiencia que nos hemos reinventado hace 3 años pensando en el usuario, y lo que hacemos en el día a día es trabajar para que las personas, usuarios finales, estén cada vez más cerca de las compañías y de las organizaciones. ¿Cómo hacemos esto? Nos especializamos en 2 tecnologías bastante fundamentales. Por un lado, Extended Realities, realidades extendidas, con el cual buscamos captar más público, llamar la atención de las personas. Probablemente habéis visto unos hologramas que están en el evento, los hacemos nosotros, y lo que hacemos es buscar impactar el doble con estas personas y llamar mucho la atención de manera masiva. Por otra parte, utilizamos inteligencia artificial para poder estudiar a estas personas o estudiar qué quieren estas personas, y con todo este data poder hacer cada vez productos más basados en las personas. Vemos muchas apps en el mercado y nos hemos preguntado cuándo fue la última vez que descargamos una app. Espero que haya sido hoy, para el evento. El 80% de las personas que descargan apps tienen una tasa de abandono a los 90 días y la abandonan totalmente. Y estamos hablando del 49% de los usuarios de smartphones que actualmente no descargan una aplicación en el último mes. Entonces, de pronto las apps están un poco de lado, ¿no? Y tenemos que pensar cada vez más en los usuarios. Bueno, pues es así como nosotros desde Marwood Technologies trabajamos para lograr este acercamiento, y lo que hemos logrado es desarrollar diferentes productos. Uno son los hologramas, y por otra parte estamos ahora aquí en el Barcelona Health Hub trabajando en un dispositivo justamente para mi amiga Mireia, de 82 años, que pueda poder salir de su casa y estar más tranquila, y que todos podamos estar más tranquilos. Entonces, este es un dispositivo mediante el cual ella podría llamar. Queremos anticiparnos y ser también más proactivos, poder mediante la inteligencia artificial adelantarnos y poder no tener protocolos reactivos de emergencia, sino poder entender cuándo una persona puede tener su estado de salud deteriorado o debe estar a punto de caerse, y así adelantarnos nosotros. Pues eso es lo que hacemos en el día a día. A todos muchas gracias, y bueno, esto
Thank
es
you.
todo.
Great.
Disfruten el coffee break.
Great. So 2 learnings from what Diego said. 2 learnings, holograms impact double, which is true. I saw Luis Badrinas here and outside in the hologram, double. And the second one, apps last for 90 days. So we need to organize another BH8 summit in 89 days, if possible. Before that, we can go to have a coffee, grab a coffee. You can just network a bit, talk with those of the project that call your attention, and I wait for you here in 30 minutes. This is amazing. It never happens that people last here for so long. So it's great that you're enjoying it from home and from here. So we wait for you here, finish the day with an amazing panel, and then we go for a beer, home, or whatever.